everyone, I want to introduce you to Carlos. Carlos, can you tell us a little bit about your journey and what made you become vegan?
Basically, I became vegan when I was 14 years old. Now it's like 35 years ago, or 36. I did the step first vegetarian because on a family meeting in Spain, my auntie brought 2 rabbits and they was living, and it was in our garden, and we could play with the rabbits. And my cousins, me, was very happy. And then my auntie took the rabbits and just killed them in front of us, took the skin up, cut the head. And this day, when there was like the pieces of the rabbits on the table, I said I will not eat. And since this day, I stopped eating.
Wow. So actually, a lot of people think that becoming vegan you might lose muscle or
Yeah.
you become deficient in some way. What's your take on that?
My experience at protein things, what everybody says. If I go to the gym, I'm always the strongest in most gyms. Especially I travel a lot, and everybody's like, "Ooh!" And then they see this vegan, and they don't understand, and they always ask. They look at my arms and they say, "And the protein? Protein is very overvaluated because protein is in everything." I always make the example: if you eat French fries every day for 1 year, you will not have a protein deficiency. As far as you eat 2-3 times a day, you will have enough protein. It's overvaluated, and then they moan the quality of the protein is less from plants. We have all amino acids we need, we have them in plants. And the few which don't exist in the plants, our body synthesizes, so it's absolutely no problem.
Have you ever been tempted to have like a milk shake, for example, or have some eggs and see?
I was lucky that I was never into milk and cheese. I was lucky because cheese is very addictive and milk also, and people have a problem to go away from it. I was having a problem with eggs because when I went vegetarian, I was 14 years old. There was only one book in the German library about how to go vegetarian or vegan, and they advised to don't go vegan because it's difficult because of the protein.
Oh yes, because a lot of bodybuilders eat eggs, don't they?
Yeah, and I started then with the sport, and because in the book was written or keep eggs or milk, I kept eggs, and I was eating very lot of eggs. And I did experience that the eggs, once I got confident enough that because I was eating like 6 big meals, lentils and chickpeas and beans, 6 big meals a day. This was already a lot of protein, and on top I was eating like 40 egg whites every day. 40. And this was poisoning my body. Once I did the step to stop eating eggs, when my son was born, he's 90 now, like 18 years ago, I said, okay, I do it. I was afraid to lose muscle mass because I was having in my head, I will lose. Once I did the step, while I was eating eggs, I was ill every 2 months. I was getting like a temperature, I was feeling very bad. Like 3-4 days, I was knocked out. Temperature, shaking, I couldn't make nothing. I stopped eating eggs and never happened again. I was not even one time ill. I can go out in the winter with wet hair, never happened nothing. It's like my body, I think it's, first of all, eggs is an allergen. If you eat a lot, it's really bad for the body. And then the chicken doesn't put eggs as joke, 1 egg a day. In a nitro, they put perhaps 10 in the whole year. So they're full of hormones, antibiotics, medicines, and that's what you eat also. And for this, I know that I was ill every 2-3 months because of the eggs.
How about people that consume a lot of dairy for building muscle? Is that similar in terms?
Same. And they also will make the same experience. I always motivate people to stop taking dairy because the digestion is very poor. They all have I say it like this, they have all a farting problem. They fart like every 2 minutes. If they eat this protein shakes, bait of milk, they stop having this and it's gone. I was having the same problem with eggs. Eggs makes you fart every 2 minutes. And once I stopped it, my life quality is better because it's a big problem. If you are with people and you have to hold it in, you are suffering because you are exploding from inside. And now I have a much better life since I stopped the eggs. And especially with the karma, I know that no chicken has to suffer for me anymore.
Have you found it hard to be vegan?
No, absolutely not.
What's the reason? That's keeping you vegan so long.
The thing is, I always liked the lentils my mama did. So I focused on lentils. I focused on the foods I like lentils, chickpeas, and I did just my own mix with vegetables. I found it hard for some periods. You get bored to eat always the same thing, and you're like, oh. But now I enjoy so much. Now you can go even Spain. You can go any supermarket. You find even vegan cheese. You find vegan pizza. You find vegan option of so many things. Now it's easy. If now somebody says, oh, it's so difficult, I say, oh, fuck off. No, it's like 5 years ago, okay, it can be difficult because you don't have the information, you're not sure whether it's healthy, but the ones who say I love animals and I don't want to go vegetarian because it's difficult, it's like, no,
Yeah.
you don't love animals then enough.
Right. So, what's your best advice and tips for anyone that's considering making that step towards a vegan journey?
First of all, don't stress yourself a lot, because if you are, for example, 35, you're used to eat certain things all your life. This means you're craving for it. If you like, for example, a steak, surely you will have, if you stop eating directly from 0 to 100 on going full vegan, in 2 weeks you will crave for it. Don't stress yourself, just eat it once and then stop it, but it will be very seldom. Like me, my problem was with the pizza my mama made. It was made with meat, and once she always did it, sure, yeah, if the whole apartment was smelling, and surely you crave for it and then you eat it. But don't stress you feel bad. Just skip this day, and then it will happen less and less, and you will reach the moment where you're not able to eat it anymore, because you know it's part of somebody's body.
Part of somebody's body.
And you realize that you will never, because people say it's hard. It's not hard. For me, it would be, if you would put me a gun on the head and say, eat this meat, I wouldn't be able to do it. I would be like, it's a part of a body.
And so, what's your typical day of food, and what's your favourite dish? Is it your mum's lentils? Okay.
Forever my lentils.
Okay.
Don't take the lentils away from me.
Okay. And where can people find out more? Do you have a channel or a website that people can look you up?
I have Instagram and Facebook, Carlos Barbon.
Thank you so much, Carlos.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet
What's your
you.
name?
Carmen.
Carmen. Carmen. Very Spanish name.
Yes, my mum watched Carmen Miranda and then named me from that.
Oh, okay. From a movie.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
You
You're funny.
too.